Hello peeps, Dragon here. Welcome back to another feature highlight in a nutshell. This time we are talking about city services. First takeaway from the video, the allocation of land mechanic we saw for farms in the last feature highlight also allows to allocate variable storage capacity to the landfill service building. This mechanic is also used when creating districts. After reading the article, I decided to summarize it all up in my own words. So these are the key takeaways. While policies are applied like in the original, either citywide or to a district, in Cities Skylines 2 we can now also restrict a service to a district. Services are no longer directly increasing land value within their area of effect. Instead, the article is pointing again on the needs of citizens and businesses, and as long as they are covered, an area's inhabitants are going to like the area and are willing to pay higher rent for the location, and thus land value rises. Interestingly here is that the needed services depend on the kind of citizen or business. Elderly, for example, value parks more, whereas working adults prefer quick access to their workplaces. The good news is there is an info view for each building showing the needs of its inhabitants or businesses. Service buildings in Cities Skylines 2 still have an area of effect, but it's more like this is an applied bonus to the area, not actually affecting the service availability, which given a well-established road network can be citywide. These, let's call them passive effects, have three parameters: maximum range, capacity and magnitude, adding some most welcome realism. Now here's the cool stuff. Pretty much the base game of Cities Skylines 2 will feature most of the service buildings we are used to from the original with all the DLCs. For example, garbage collection will include recycling centers, the police tree will feature the prison, electricity will feature a geothermal power plant, and so on. Interestingly, they are also introducing entirely new buildings, for example a new health research institute, whatever that does, higher education colleges, welfare office which supports citizens in need, the city hall now does stuff, and a central bank which also does stuff. And then there is a new service called telecommunication, basically providing internet to citizens. Interestingly, a missing service now might make citizens less happy. But in general, there are also lots of interesting changes to detail. For example, water towers now need to tap into groundwater pockets, which can become contaminated by pollution. You can of course still pump surface water from lakes or rivers, and the various sewage treatment plants now just solidify the pollution, which then needs to be disposed by garbage collection. Also, there is a new type of pollution named air pollution, which you want winds to carry out of your city or upgrade the buildings with pollution filters. Oh, by the way, pretty much all services could also be imported or exported for a fee, and higher response times obviously. That in itself is a remarkable detail. Also remember the post-sorting facility from the Cities Skylines Industries DLC. The detail on its functionality are most welcome as well, because a city without a post-sorting facility will have to export all accumulated mail for sorting and later imports mail for distribution. With a post-sorting facility in the city, it will separate mail going to the outside connections from mail that just needs redistribution within the city, and thus saving up to or even more money than its upkeep through reduced shipment costs. And then the budget panel. This has a service fee panel where you can set prices for services like, I guess, ticket prices for public transport. Oh, by the way, you can also charge for parking on roads. Service buildings can have three kinds of upgrades, either affecting efficiency or increasing some stats like capacity or amount of vehicles and the likes. Regarding education, we have 5 levels of education in Cities Skylines 2, and students re-evaluate, for example after a failed graduation, if they want to continue to study or enter the workforce. Businesses, which cannot find properly educated citizens for open jobs, will suffer from reduced efficiency. Vegetation in Cities Skylines 2 is aging now, becoming big old trees, and for planting them you will use saplings. After a fire, it will take a while until the old burnt trees are going to be replaced with new ones. I really like how much thought is being poured into this game so far. It is getting better and better with every feature highlight. This really resonates with my understanding of the perfect cities building simulation game. I just love all the details going in this direction. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for watching and I see you next time. Bye!